2018 begins, so when do we start saving money now that the Tax Reform Jobs Act is law? Will it make a difference for you and your family's pocketbook? GDP has grown 3% plus for 2 quarters in a row. Can we make it 3? Will you benefit? And the financial sector continues to lead the charge into 2018. Caution! What's in your portfolio? Here's what's moving the markets and your money. I'm Charles Brown. It's Thursday, January 4th, and this is CB3 on 3. CB3 on 3 analyzes political, fundamental, and technical influences on market behavior, which thus affects your money. Together, these influences determine the movements in all the portfolios we manage. Here's what we're seeing this week. In political influences, President Donald Trump begins 2018 with an aggressive agenda to include welfare reform, the Health Care Act, and trying to keep control of the House and the Senate. But before all that happens, the tax reform law will take effect with the IRS tax tables being updated on January 31st, 2018. Now, there are multiple benefits to U.S. individuals and corporate taxpayers. These would include the following: less taxes being withheld from Americans' paychecks, $5.5 trillion in tax cuts by doubling the standard deduction, leveling of the international playing field for U.S. corporations, and the alternative minimum tax elimination, as well as the estate tax elimination. All these policies should help American taxpayers and investors regardless of their income levels and tax bracket. What are some of the expected benefits? $2,000. That's what the typical family of 4 earning $75,000 will see in income tax cuts, slashing their tax bill for 2018 in half. $4,000. That's how much incomes are expected to rise across the board because of tax cuts on U.S. businesses. 1/3. That's the amount of tax one Ohio family in the 25% tax bracket is now paying. They calculate their tax burden will drop, indicated by a green arrow here, nearly $14,000 under the 2018 tax tables. Tax reform law may eliminate dozens of special interest breaks and loopholes. For instance, it tosses out a loophole used to deduct compensation for executives earning more than $1 million a year. And Washington isn't spared either. Members of Congress will no longer be able to deduct living expenses. How about that for a little gimme to us, the taxpayers who fund Congress's salaries? I honestly believe this tax reform will pour rocket fuel into the U.S. economy, despite what the doomsday press is telling you. My recommendation? Read the bill for yourself, find the best ways to take advantage of the law to benefit you and your family, follow what I'm advising my clients, and ignore any media unless their viewpoint is objective in their assessment of the U.S. economy. In fundamental influences, in his first year in office, President Trump's administration oversaw 159,000 jobs added in the manufacturing industry, another 57,000 created in mining and logging, an unemployment rate at its lowest level in nearly 16 years, and consumer confidence data that hit its highest level in 17 years. Folks, America's economy is firing on all cylinders as we begin 2018. Want to know another reason why? In his first 11 months in office, President Trump has canceled or delayed over 1,500 planned regulatory actions, more than any previous president by far. Reducing federal regulations almost always is a boon for business profits, and increased profits often translate into higher stock prices for the portfolios we manage for you. GDP has now grown 3% plus for 2 straight quarters, something that never happened in the previous 8 years under President Obama. We will likely see that 4Q17 also had 3% plus GDP growth when that datum is released later this month. In summary, the new law should indeed stimulate the U.S. economy in 2018 and benefit most Americans on their tax returns and in their investment accounts. In technical influences, last year in 2017, the Dow hit 71 new lifetime highs. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ both just hit fresh new lifetime highs on the first 2 trading days of this year, 2018. Now, since President Trump was elected, almost $7 trillion in American wealth has been added to the U.S. economy. What sectors are producing the lion's share of these gains? Financials, materials, industrials, and now energy has almost pushed into the leading quadrant on the RRG. In fact, crude oil closed above $60, currently trading about $62 today for the first time in almost 2 years. Now, these are all risk-on sectors in the S&P 500. We at CB3 and our clients have considerable investments in these sectors. We remain fully invested with minimal cash at this time. And that's CB3 on 3 for Thursday, July 4th. What's in your portfolio? If you don't know, you should. If you want to know, we can help. I'm Charles Brown, and at CB3 Financial Group, we don't just manage your assets, we become one of them.